Welcome back. My name is Shirin Saluja, and today we're going to talk about the emotionally unavailable relationship dynamic. First, I'm going to define and describe who exactly is the emotionally unavailable partner. I take this concept a step further and I simply call them the unavailable partner. This unavailable partner is simply unavailable to you, and he or she is unable to fulfill your needs. Your needs that could be emotional, mental, physical, and or spiritual. For whatever reason, they are simply unable to take care of you and your needs. You, on the other hand, are way more invested in this relationship, but your partner only shows up when he or she wants to show up or when it is convenient for them to show up. Now let's look at the emotionally unavailable dynamic. So you meet a new guy or a girl. There is an instant connection, there is a lot of attraction, and there is that off the charts chemistry, which is followed by the most beautiful honeymoon period. In this honeymoon period, there are endless conversations. You talk on the phone all the time, you message each other all the time, and there are some beautiful dates. Okay, during this honeymoon period, you are on a constant high. This honeymoon period does not last very long. It's usually a few weeks or maybe a month and a half, something like that. Maybe in a rare case, it might continue for a lot longer, but usually this honeymoon period is very short-lived. And then something really random happens, a random fight, a random incident. This random incident is so random in the grand scheme of things, but for some reason, after this random incident, the unavailable partner simply vanishes and or withdraws. Throughout the honeymoon period, you were flying high as a kite. But as soon as your partner leaves you, abandons you, or vanishes on you, you come crashing down. This is very painful, and it is almost as if somebody has literally pulled the rug from under your feet. In this period, you are grieving, you are so sad and miserable, you're down in the dumps. You start to internalize things and you start to blame yourself for everything. If only I was a little cooler, if only I did things differently, he or she wouldn't have left. This is your thought process. But with an emotionally unavailable partner, this is just a normal pattern. They vanish and withdraw, and almost always after a few days or a few weeks, they show up again. They turn up at your doorstep, acting as if everything is normal. And this cycle of pushing and pulling, coming back and withdrawing, will continue. It will continue to happen till you allow it to happen. When they come back into your life, you are flying high as a kite again. You get that instant rush of dopamine. And as they leave, you come crashing down. When they come back, you're high again. When they leave, you come crashing down. So this crazy high low dynamic is exactly what people who get addicted to substance or sugar or alcohol go through. Being intensely involved with an emotionally unavailable partner is literally like being addicted to drugs. The only difference is that you are addicted to a person and not something. You're always between the highest highs and the lowest lows. You never come back to normal. And when you do come to normal, it feels boring. So you need that extra stimulation, and you get your stimulation from the unavailable partner. Now, this is worse than being addicted to cocaine, addicted to sugar, addicted to alcohol, because all these things will not call you and message you at 3 a.m. and say, baby, let's meet. This crazy high-low period is what I call the power struggle period, and this is very painful because this is where you're coming from a place of ego and not love. In this power struggle phase, you're constantly playing mind games, you're constantly playing a chess game with your unavailable partner, constantly trying to one-up each other, preempting what his next move might be, and that is tiring. It is exhausting. And this phase is also the dreaded phase of Instagram stories and WhatsApp blue ticks. This is where you see their random stories at like 12 in the night, 1 in the night, when they are painting the town red, they are partying away, and you're sitting at home and you're again feeling really worthless, like why isn't this person with me right now? This person is with everybody else, but he's unavailable to me, or she's unavailable to me. I'm trying to keep this video very gender neutral, but because I'm talking like a woman, I always keep saying him, he. And also, if you send them a WhatsApp message and they have read your message and not bothered replying, and you can see the blue ticks, those blue ticks are very stressful, okay? They are very stressful. They can induce a full-blown panic attack in some cases. And you constantly find yourself checking the last scene on WhatsApp, like what time were they online last? It is a dreadful game. It is an exhausting game. This is a wonderful opportunity for you to move yourself away from the situation, detach from the situation and observe the situation like a third person, objectively. Okay, this person is behaving badly, but why am I entertaining this behavior? Why am I allowing this behavior? That is the question we need to be asking ourselves. Not why are they doing what they're doing? And I wish I could have done things differently. And it's my fault. It's not your fault. They are really showing you who they are. In this moment, they are really revealing to you who they are. And it's an opportunity for your growth, for you to walk away, for you to move on from that situation and learn from that situation. But we get caught up in the drama. We get sucked into it because it's easy, because it's something that we've always done. In an intimate relationship or in any relationship, always judge people by what they do, by their actions, and not by their spoken words. Words mean nothing if they're not backed by action. Always remember that. Always remember that. The biggest example of an emotionally unavailable dynamic is Carrie Bradshaw and Mr. Big. Sex and the City was such an iconic show, and we have all grown up watching this show. But their relationship was very dysfunctional. Okay, let's call a spade a spade. They meet, there's instant connection, there's that crazy attraction, and there's a glorious honeymoon period followed by Mr. Big just showing up whenever it was convenient for him to show up and whenever he wanted something from her. She was always available. She was always at his beck and call. And this continued, this high-low drama continued for 6 seasons. Okay, then what happens in the end? He goes to Paris and saves her from this evil Russian artist. And this gave us all this false hope that if you find your Mr. Big, hold on to him, fight for that love. That love is worth fighting for. We started working really hard in our relationships, bending backwards, waiting for Mr. Big to clean up his act. Okay, now I'm not saying that Mr. Big will not clean up his act, but the chances are slim to none. Let's say if there were 100 Carrie Bradshaws, out of those 100 Carrie Bradshaws, only one would have that Paris ending. Even in real life, Candice Bushnell, who wrote Sex and the City, she did not end up with Mr. Big. Mr. Big and Carrie went their separate ways. So hopefully this explained the emotionally unavailable dynamic. And my next video, which will be out very soon, is going to be all about why we become emotionally unavailable, or why people become emotionally unavailable. So stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you very soon.